Alright, this is my Federal Visibar from the mid to late 60s. When I got it, it was in pretty bad shape. Only had one globe, the motor was frozen up. And I was able to disassemble that motor, and I'll show you some pictures of that in a little bit, and was able to get it running. It's the first time I'd worked on a motor, so I thought I had done pretty good, but when we turn it on, even though it works really good, you can hear how loud that motor whines. And I suspect now that motor should be a lot quieter than that. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to disassemble this Visibar. We're going to take that motor out, work on it, see if we can get it quietened up, and reassemble it. And show how we get this chain and everything reconnected again. Alright, I've taken it down off the wall, taken the globe and the retaining band off, and we can see, and here I've got the lenses out. This is the motor we're going to work on, and it's a Series 1 Federal motor, which dates back to the time of this particular light bar. And what we're going to do is going to take out this screw and we're going to remove the light holders. We're going to do that by loosening these nuts inside here. 1/4 inch drive. They don't have to come out, just need to be loosened. There's one on each side. And then this will just lift right up. See our brushes. You can see the brushes there on the end. It's a little hard to do all this one-handed. Alright, now we're going to take off the other end. This one is called the slave drive because it doesn't have a motor. Remove the globe and the band. Take the light bulbs out. We're going to remove the light holders. Which I can't do from that side. Just lift off that. I'm going to loosen the two retaining screws on here. So that we can take the tension off of the drive chain inside. It's going to push it forward as far as it will go. Alright, let me just go ahead and take this off. Get plenty of space there. Now we're back on the motor end. We're going to do the same thing. This one has the grounding wire connected to it. And then this will just lift up. Now comes the fun part. Okay, hopefully this will show well enough. Everything disconnected, and I took the wires off over here. I have to show that a little bit later. I'm just going to lift this up. tilt it at an angle until the chain comes out a little bit. And then we can just slip that chain off of the gear and we're out. This is the wire that powers the other light on the other side. Let it cut loose. Hopefully these will pass through that hole. That's the main power wire. And this is the ground. It's going to be a little more difficult. Alright, I'm going to do a before and after sound test here. This is the motor out of the light. Let's just see what it sounds like. And that's where that whining is. It sounds like it's a little under strain. Alright, the battery in my other camera died, so I'm going to use this one. We've got the motor back together now. I think I've made some improvements with it. Let's see how much quieter it is. I think that's quieter. And that's where that whining is. I'd have to compare to see, or once it's back in, I'll be able to tell for sure. And that's where that whining is. We will see. Alright, reassembling the motor. One of the keys here is not to jam that worm gear tightly against the other gear in there, because that just puts the shaft in bind and will create motor noise. You want it just to lightly contact it, and that will do much better. I'm going to show you how the noise makes a difference. Let me turn the power on here. Alright, as we make contact, here as I move in tight, how the motor binds down, you want it right there. Just making contact, not tight in there. It's a very fine adjustment. Alright, got the motor assembly back in. Got the gear back on the end of the shaft with the small Allen key in there. Motor's in good position. Shaft is against it, but not super tight. That's the way I wanted it. So now we're ready to reassemble onto the Visibar. This is one thing gives everybody fit about the Model 11 Visibar. I've heard people giving up completely and throwing it out. So one person made an ingenious little tool that helped him out. We're going to do it with string. And we'll see if I can do this on video and show how it's done. So hang on. Alright, I'm going to lift the chain up. I'm going to put a piece of string through there, hopefully. At the end. And then we're going to put another piece of string over here on the side. Small. There's. Alright, so we have 2 pieces of string there. Now, we take the motor assembly. I have to put the ground wire through this one. And then we've got to work on getting that chain onto the gear. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to bring the camera up on this side. Come on, look down this way so we can try and get everybody to see this. Pull that wire so it'll go down there. We're going to pull on the string and lift that chain up so I can hook. Guess I'm going to have to hook it first. Probably one that's going to require 4 hands. Then we get it started on here. Come around this other side over here, so I'll show a little bit better. I'm going to get the chain started on there like that. And then we're going to just tilt it down. Get the ground wire out of the way. Rock it back and forth, and it drops down. Now let's look through here. See if we can see the teeth. I'm going to turn it, and our chain engages. Pull the strings out. I'm going to turn this back. I'm using the slate motor down here to turn. I can rotate this backwards. I think that's going to make me have to come forward here. There we go. Now we're engaged. I have to turn it back around the other way, so I'm going to turn the slate at the same time. So we're back at our angle. And you can see that the chain's on the teeth there. I'm going to turn the slate down here, it engages. Alright, now we got it back flat. Make sure this wire's pulled up. I kept calling it a ground wire. That's actually our positive wire for our slave light over there. Got to pull our hot wire and our ground wire back up to the holes here. And we need to go ahead and secure this back to the frame, the bar. I'm just going to secure this loosely for now. We've got to adjust the chain. There we go. Just going to secure that loosely. And over on this side, a bit of a tight spot, may not be able to see. Just going to get this one started. Actually, put our ground wire under first. started good. And on this side, I'm just going to adjust it to where it was before, and I can tell by the indentations and marks on the base. And I'll go ahead and secure it down. And now this side is in place. So I'm going to hook up the wires over here again. Hook the motor back up. Everything's in a tight spot here. Get that started. Put our slave lights on. This is not for short, fat fingers. And then the hot wire. Make sure all this is out of the way of your lights are going to be spinning. And that's the side. Tighten it down a little bit more secure when we know everything's in the right spot. Now let's go to the other side. I'm going to secure this one back loosely. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little tension on that chain. I don't want a lot of tension, because I found that the more tension you put, the more noise your motor makes. And that's what I'm trying to reduce by this whole process, is get rid of some of the motor noise. Alright, so let's see what this does. Alright, now let's go ahead and test it. I got the wires hooked up here, battery booster, and let's just see how it does. Everything turns good. So let's spin it back together. Now we're going to put the light holders back on over on this side. And it's just a matter of, hard to do looking through the camera. And we want to make sure our brushes don't sit down too far. They need to be up just a little bit like that, and we can just secure it back using that bolt right there again. Let me do that and I'll come back. Alright, so we got that in there nice and snug. I found out if you get it too low, it'll scrape, make noise. If you let it too high, it'll actually scrape the top of your beacon. So you gotta make sure you got it in there the right height. Let's test it. Alright, have the bulbs in there. We'll turn it on. Yeah, very good. I want to get that completely sideways with the bar here. So when we set this light on, I can adjust it so they're opposite of each other. Let's do that. I'll be right back. All right, I have the holders on. I didn't put the bulbs in yet, and I'll let it spin a couple of times because I'm doing this before that the chains will get out of sync. So you want to adjust it after it's spun a few times. All right, now this one's straight in line with the bar, so I want this one sideways, and that's actually not bad. I think I'm gonna adjust it just a hair. Be right back. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the bulbs back in on both sides now. Let's see if I got them synced right. Let's see. I think that's pretty good. All right, put the lenses back on. Let's do a wide shot now. Let's see how it's synced. Whoa, whoa. That's what I'm talking about. If you got it set too high, it will scrape on your beacon. Hang on. All right, got the lenses back on. Let's see how well we have it synced now. It'll be a little easier to see, and I've got a wide shot now. And they've caught up to each other. All right, we are back up on the wall. We're definitely quieter than we were. I'm not sure you'll be able to tell the difference in the video. I may splice it back and forth from here before and after. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Even though it works really good, you can hear how loud that motor whines. Even though it works really good, you can hear how loud that motor whines.